Today's top stories.
Representatives from Russia, Iran, and Qatar, three countries which hold the world's largest gas reserves, met in Tehran today and announced plans to create a common gas exporters organization. Speaking in a joint press conference, Iran's oil minister Gholam Hossein Nozari said, quote, "Our three countries have reached a consensus on forming a common gas organization, on accelerating its implementation, and on preparing its statutes." Qatar's energy minister Abdallah bin Hamad Al Attaya told reporters that it was now a, quote, "common vision concerning a gas exporters organization," and Alexei Miller, the president of Russia's gas giant Gazprom, said that the three countries will also create a new forum to discuss joint gas projects. The three will meet again in Moscow in 3 to 4 months. UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon yesterday voiced concern over the status of human rights in Iran, especially for women and minorities, in a report submitted to the UN General Assembly. Ban said that Iran faced a number of challenges in, quote, gender equity and equality and empowerment of women, including widespread gender-based violence and crackdowns on the women's rights movement. He pointed to an increase in violence targeting Baha'is in Iran, such as arbitrary detention, false imprisonment, confiscation and destruction of property, and denial of access to higher education. Ban also said that Iran was still applying death sentences to juvenile offenders despite a non-binding circular issued last week, and noted that Tehran was a party to international conventions banning the practice. Iran's judiciary said that it would continue executing juvenile offenders convicted in crimes of qisas, or retribution in kind, a move condemned yesterday by Amnesty International. U.S. Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice said the U.S. is, quote, perfectly ready to open talks with Iran if that country concedes to international demands and halts its nuclear program. Quote,
"We're perfectly ready to talk to Iran, but what we don't want to do is to give Iran cover to continue improving its nuclear programs that could lead to a nuclear weapon. So my question has always been not why won't the United States talk to Tehran, why won't Tehran talk to the United States? But we're prepared to talk to Iran at any time, but suspend the program, even for a while, and demonstrate that there is not a desire to have a nuclear weapon."
Reflecting on the outgoing Bush administration's legacy in the Middle East, Secretary Rice said she was particularly proud of the progress made in the Palestinian territories.
"Democracy is finally in the vocabulary of the Middle East in a way it was not before."
These stories and more at IranVNC.com.